Hello? Why is it being weird? When I touch it, it's weird? Okay, at first there was no mic when I turned this on, so I don't know what's going on. Turn it back up now. Literally, when you press the button on the mixer and then nothing moves at all, I was like, okay, now we're fine. Thanks, Samo. The magic touch, I guess. Welcome in, guys. How is it going today? It's good to be back in the kitchen. Seems kind of quiet. It's only us, Bonk, so far. That's it. Happy Sunday. And I'm excited to cook some Oktoberfest foods today. I've never experienced Oktoberfest in my life before in Germany, so I hope to experience that one time in my life. But today we're going to cook with Samo, who was born in Germany, and we're going to make some yummy Oktoberfest Schnitzel today with some spaetzle, which I actually have to go dig out the press for that still. German like noodles or dumplings, think about that. And then we're gonna make a bacon mushroom cream sauce to go with it. And then just some simple steamed green beans. Yummo. Hi Nightwalker, how's it going? We do have a German beer for Samo to drink. I'm not gonna drink any beer today because beer absolutely destroys me and I'm just not willing to go back there today. So we got this one for Samo. Can I get it focused on there? So Paulaner, a Muncher Hell. So a Munich lager. What else do we got? 4.9%. I think that's basically it. So that should be easy drinking, right? Lagers, easy peasy drinking. And then we also have a more strong beer, let's say. I may have accidentally dropped it out of the fridge yesterday off stream. I'm sorry. But this one's called Filthy Dirty IPA. Thank you, Michael. I still don't know why the sub alerts aren't working, and I'm so sorry for that. But thank you very much for the 9 months in a row. We made a Twitch food baby, dude. Hi, Chaotic Good Mage. Welcome in, guys. That's who we raided yesterday. How was the rest of your stream? Okay, so Filthy Dirty IPA. India Pale Ale, and if you guys can see this alcohol percentage, 7.2, so be careful. Be careful. Have the lager first, and then have the IPA after. Michael says, hold the stream, I gotta do something. I remember when you had your second month sub. And well, that was 7 months ago now. That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy. Bonk, at the Anderson .Paak concert, they had a special brew from Ventura Brew Co. collaborating with Andy. Called it Paaktoberfest. What? I love that, actually. Okay, and then we also have to taste test our cheesecake that Sam made on stream yesterday as well. We might have tasted it yesterday. We couldn't wait. We couldn't wait. And oh my gosh, is it actually so amazing? So I was saying this morning to Sam, because we put our own little spin on the No Big Cheesecake. If you guys missed that yesterday, go check out the first part of the VOD. It only took them like 40 minutes to make the cheesecake. And that's what we started the stream with. So go check that if you missed it. It's so good. The maple Oreo, so we put the maple Oreo cookie part into the crust, and then the filling from the maple Oreo we put right into the cheesecake batter itself, and then obviously you have to let it set up in the fridge since it's no bake. Just that little bit of like sweet mapley flavor is so, so good. Don't even need anything on the top of it. Okay, let's make a little listeroo. Get into our menu and recipes for the day. There's only a couple. The spaetzle recipe is from Sam's Oma. So we'll show you how to do that later. I don't think we've typed it up yet. We've made it a few times on stream before though. And then here's our recipes. I went to the Italian market here down the street this morning to grab some nice fresh breadcrumbs because they make really good bread there, and then whatever is left over they just turn into breadcrumbs. So I'm very excited to use those today. And I think that's so much less expensive than the regular grocery store for that type of thing, too. I need a sip of water. How's everyone's morning going? We were having a pretty good morning. It's kind of chilly outside though today and like on and off rainy. So perfect day to just hang out and do some cooking. Okay, so first things first, we'll do our cheesecake tasting, Samo. What do you think? That way we can like nibble on it throughout the stream. Listen to the stream. Okay, we'll go quiet to start. Is it still bad? I'll go a little bit higher so you can hear me over the music. We're back, guys. But we do have another mic pack if this one's going to be weird today. Let's see. I think it's okay now. Okay, I'm just going to keep going and you guys let me know if you hear anything weird again. Oh. Okay, we're going to try and switch the channels. One momento. Hello? Oh, we're coming back. How's that sound? Evil cakes. We're not ready for it, but it looks very weird. It's like clipping or something. Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2. Who are you? I think it's so bad. Guys, I don't know what to do if this doesn't work. Honestly. bit higher again. That's like maxed on my side. It's like cutting out.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Sammy. I fix electronics. Yep.
Mess. It's fine. I switched it the other day.
After stream? Before stream?
This one. Yeah, I just switched those in the other day.
Batteries are too old.
Hello? Okay, we're back. Okay, so this is what we think we have figured out. And also let me know if I need to put the fuzzy back on, I guess, because this one doesn't have one. But we're starting to phase out some old rechargeable batteries that we've been using since like I started streaming with the equipment. And I think that's what might be distorting the sound when they like start to die, even if it says there's 3 or 2 bars on the batteries. That's the only thing I can think of what's going on, but that is so weird. I really can't figure it out considering we just tore everything apart, streamed fine last weekend the whole time, and now we're running into weird issues. That's okay though, at least we got it fixed, because that would be super disappointing if we didn't. Okay, so I literally just wrote down cheesecake tastings so far before that happened. No, right? They don't last forever. Sam's still listening to try and make it a little bit nicer to listen to. Okay, so after we taste our cheesecake, let's go over what else we're doing. It's still cutting out a bit. Okay. I'll just keep writing this as he goes along. I'm sure you guys are fine with that. Okay, longest thing today probably will be the schnitzel. It's quite a process, right? Because we have to pound out the meat and stuff. So let's say pound out the pork And then we season it, and then we do our breading station always, right? Because it's breaded with breadcrumbs. So that's a 3-part thing: flour, egg wash, and then your breadcrumbs there. And I don't like to bread it too soon before you plan to cook it. Sometimes it can get soggy before you fry it in the pan if you let it sit with the breading too long, and it will like start to fall off when you flip it over. So just be aware of that. Don't bread your schnitzel too early. And then to go with that, our spaetzle. So this recipe, like I said earlier, was from Sam's Oma. And it is equal parts by weight. Remember, this is Europe, right? So equal parts by weight, flour and egg. And then you just add a bit of salt to it. And then we use the spaetzle press right into a boiling pot of water. Let me find the press. And this is usually like a 2-person process, for sure. But in culinary school, how I was trained to make spaetzle was with like a colander, which not the most like proper way, but still works. This press that we use is actually from Germany. Sam got one of his family members to send it over. So it's pretty special. I dug it out. I found it. Spaetzle is bacon and oil. Yeah, right? Like the bacon mushroom cream sauce with this. So this is what it is.
Just throw the fuzzy on and
Just put the fuzzy on it. It'll probably be okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I had an extra fuzzy, but I think this is the only one. Can you do that now that we already started? No. Don't do it then, please.
But you haven't dropped a single frame and nothing new, so I wouldn't really worry about it.
Okay, we got the fuzzy
That's more of an in case,
on. We're good to go. Proxima says a pinch of hopes and dreams to taste, or bacon. Okay, so back to showing off this. This is what the bottom of the press looks like. It opens up. And then you put your dough into there, and then you close it, press it all into the water. And then for cleaning, this thing is really cool. This can come off, right? Yeah. This all comes apart, really easy to clean. Just make sure you get it right into some cool water after you're done using it. So usually Samo's the presser, and then I'll take the knife and like cut off the noodles into the pot and be the scooper while he is like reloading the press, right? Because you want to go pretty quick. So that's that. And then lastly, a couple of things to bring it all together. Just some steamed green beans. I've been craving something really nice and green, and found, oh yeah, I found 2 good things from the Italian market as well in the produce section. So we got some really nice green beans. And then I found some local purple garlic they had there for, I think it was $12.99 a pound. But this was about $2 for this big head of garlic. Like, it's quite large if you compare it to the size of my face or like my hand, right? Like a regular head of garlic is about half that size or a third. And the lady that checked me out, she's like, have you tried this garlic? And I was like, no, but I saw it and I got excited. She's like, it's really strong, be careful. And I was like, okay, well, I've had, what is it called? Elephant garlic before, which is like huge garlic. And I was like, so I'm kind of used to that. She's like, okay, you'll be all right then. But I love how she like gave me a warning. Stronger the garlic, the better. Then you don't have to use as much, right? So good. And the fact that that's local, heck yeah. Okay, our green beans to steam. So we'll just set up a steamer pot, really simple. And then lastly, our mushroom Bacon cream sauce. Whoa. That sounds good. The stovetop's gonna be a little bit busy. I think we will pre-fry the schnitzel today. Get it on a sheet pan and finish it in a high heat oven to crisp it up. Otherwise, the stovetop will be too busy because you'll have a pot for the spaetzle, pot for the sauce, and a pot for the green beans to babysit all at the same time. So don't overwhelm yourself. I hate when I do that to myself. But sometimes you can't help it depending on the dish, right? Maybe Misha's schnitzel that she had the other day made me want this. Probably. Okay, cheesecake first. I'm not like super hungry for this, but I'm sure Sam can eat some of it. And then I'm also gonna take out our pork so it can kind of temp up a little bit. While we're doing this, we're gonna have to pound it out. What's happening, Samo? Samo's too riled up to eat, he said right now. We can taste it after then. You want me to put it back in for later? We'll do it a bit later, guys. We had a weird altercation with our upstairs neighbor this morning. I thought there was gonna be like a literal fist fight. I had to go upstairs and make sure Sam was okay. And this happened like right before stream, so not the best timing. Just like a bunch of weirdos. So I said to Sam after stream today, we're running numbers so that we can get the heck out of here. Because I can't live here no more. It's not safe. It ain't safe no more. Jesus is right, man. Okay, I'm gonna get a really big cutting board and I have to go find the meat mallet. This couldn't have been more perfect though, because now I can take out my anger pounding the pork. It's okay. It's okay, guys. We'll always be okay. Where is the meat mallet? There it is. I knew it was somewhere hanging over here in the metal abyss. Greek, who you gotta take out back? People are just so weird, man. Like, couldn't even have a conversation. The guy just opened the door and instantly was like, get away from my door, and like started yelling in the hallway. And I was like, what is your problem, bro? Like, I'm just trying to come up and talk to you and see if we can work something out for once. That's not the case. Can't even get a word in. Time to make schnitzel, though. So we've made schnitzel with a bunch of different meats before on stream. We've done a lot of times with just pork shoulder, pounded out, which may not be for everyone because it can be a little bit like fatty and chewy compared to just the pork loin. So maybe keep that in mind. Oh, I did not cut that good at all to get into that bag. And then the other one, if you go with pork loin, which is like easier to pound out and stuff, you just have to watch to make sure it doesn't get too dry. I know, that's like the saddest part, Bonk, is like everyone's just like stuck in their ego and thinking like everything in the world is against them. So even if you try to be nice, it's not going to be taken that way. It's actually so insane. But yeah, just after like these last couple of things have happened here, like the 5 fire extinguishers that people set off in the parkade, I'm good. We can find somewhere else that's better to live, I think. Yeah. Okay, so what I like to do, some people will just pound right with the mallet onto the meat, but usually I will cut open a Ziploc bag and make like a barrier for the mallet and the meat so that it doesn't get all sticky and gross. Hi, Cookie. How are you doing? Hope you're having a nice Sunday. Thanks for popping in. We're just getting ready to make a bunch of noise. Oh, and you missed. And you missed the mic not working. You missed all the craziness. And that's what the other thing I was actually gonna say, Greek. Like, sometimes it's a little bit juicy, right? And when you pound it, the meat juices can go everywhere. So we'll just make this barrier and be safe instead. Usually just use kitchen shears to cut the sides of the Ziploc bag. So now we have this nice big surface. Your former neighbors keyed your cars after your parents reported them to the police. See? Like, that's the stuff I don't want to happen. Cookie? Just doing some dishes. Love it. Okay, what I am going to do is just put a barrier, a cloth underneath this board. Otherwise, it's going to be quite loud, like it'll bang the two surfaces together. Your mother-in-law just has a plastic bag for that use, Greek. She just saves it and re-washes it over and over. So I'll do this one and maybe one more. Because you know how I save this one for the tortilla press as well. So she does like the same thing. Okay, there we go. But if we zoom into this pork, it looks really nummy. It's really nice and marbled. So it should be pretty easy to pound out. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of like scared to make noise though at the same time. Like, what are we supposed to do, guys? I mean, people can't get mad if you're cooking. Guys, we're gonna have to send Sam into the parkade so he can pound the schnitzel out. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not gonna get anywhere with this. Yeah. Okay, Sam's gonna go into the stairwell to pound the schnitzel out. What? No, there's 4. There's 4. I'm scared. See, now I'm the one that's walking on eggshells and I didn't even do anything wrong. Oh yeah. Okay, Sam's gonna just take it outside on the egg table and pound it out. But this is what you do. So I'm starting with the rough side and then it's gonna slowly, like, you can see how it's making those little holes and it'll slowly like spread it out. And then when you're about a 1/4 inch thick is what you want. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna get anywhere with this. Then you can switch this side and flatten it out to what you want to make a nice smooth surface for the breadcrumbs and stuff. Because if you leave it like speckled like this, you'll get almost too much breading in those holes if you leave it. So we'll just give all this to Samo, the whole setup. And we're sending him outside. It'll be nice, because it might slide on the thing. Trust me. Just take it off, please. Okay, so Schnitzel is going down there. While he does that, why don't we set up our dredge station? He's giggling outside. Set up the dredge station, and I like to do this with usually like pie plates, something with a ledge but still nice like big surface area for flipping the meat around in. So one will have, oh hello, that wasn't cleaned. Maybe they're just too close together in the dishwasher. But yeah, one will have flour, the other one will have eggs and milk, and then the other one is gonna have just the breadcrumbs, and that's the way that you are supposed to bread it. So you go flour, egg wash, and then into the breadcrumbs so it all sticks onto there. all-purpose flour. And then I never put too much flour, because the thing is, with the raw meat, when you do your breading station, once it kind of touches the ingredients, well, you have to use it up or cook it, right? You can't just put the flour that touched the raw pork back into the flour bag. So I'd rather use less and just kind of top it up as I see fit than pouring a lot in and wasting it. Greek, you're so mad. What? Samo says it's too windy out there. Okay, so then we spread that out so it's a nice surface to dip the pork into. The next one's easy one as well, the breadcrumbs. So same one with the breadcrumbs. As we bread it, we can just keep pouring a small amount into there if we see it's getting used up too quick. There, now you guys get the ASMR, but it's not too loud banging. What about enjoyment of your home? I don't know. That's the thing, is like, you start to realize that you're putting up with things that you don't have to. Get out of the way, Bradley. We need eggs. They probably think that Sam's like taking out his anger on a punching bag down here now or something. Okay, we're not gonna crack the eggs into this pan because I find it's too hard to whip. So just into a bowl first, and then we can pour it out. No, we don't have any in laundry in the units. For 4 schnitzels, yeah, we'll go with like 2 small eggs. And then a bit of milk or cream. Oh, that also happened the other week, Greek. One of the washing machines lit on fire upstairs. See, I just laugh about this stuff now, because, like, what else can you do? Yeah, one of the washing machines lit on fire upstairs, so they had to close the whole laundry down. Was like, oh my god. There goes the whole building. Good job, Samo. You're doing the Lord's work. Do you not have dirty hands?
Oh.
It's opened.
I didn't notice it was open.
Oh, okay. They're pre-open. See this?
Okay.
I got you. Thank you. You're doing amazing. Everyone say, Sam, you're doing a great job being a quiet schnitzler. It's a verb, schnitzling. Schnitzling. Thanks, Mr. Nobody. Whip it up. Whip it good. These eggs are so nice. Guys, I'm never buying the organic eggs from Costco again. The schnitzler cookie. Imagine a restaurant being called that. I would go to it. Mr. Schnitzler. Like, come on. That's brilliant. Just schnitzel, guys. Okay, so I gotta tell you guys my story about the best schnitzel I've ever had. It's only the best I've ever had. I'm not saying it's the best in the world. Like, made by someone, not you, a restaurant. It doesn't count if you eat it at home, in my mind. Okay, maybe I should have rephrased it because I just got stared down. So some of the best schnitzel I've ever had. But from a restaurant, because I've never had schnitzel from any other restaurant. Other than Sam's restaurant. Is what he's trying to say right now. Was actually in London. That might have been like my first ever schnitzel experience though, Sam.
I remember that shit.
I've told this story before. Some of you might know it as well. Yeah, I forget what the place was even called, but I wrote about it on my blog, so I can always go back and read it. It was schnitzel, and then you could like add all of these things to put on top of the schnitzel. So I got fried capers and a sunny side up duck egg. And then on the side, because you could order sides, the way that they made their spaetzle was mac and cheese style with speck, and it was insane. And this place doesn't exist anymore, and it makes me so sad. Suzanne likes cake. If I do a menu request, do I have to have the menu ready now? You don't.
Nope.
You don't. I will tell you that just Judo, who is one of our long-term community members, pops in and out every now and then. She has a menu request that all she put in her stipulation or description was, I'll let you know. And that's it. So if it becomes too long and we don't communicate, then I will kind of give you a message. Be like, hey, do you have anything in mind? But yeah, you don't have to have it ready right away. That's a good question. I should have pigtails. And then we have to go find some lederhosen? Guys, we got to do another Oktoberfest stream then. Also, would you like your beer? Maybe that will be good? Samo needs his lager? No, it was 5 months ago, right, Bonk? Months go by. Okay. The Schnitzler has completed his services. You went with the strong one. We have been completed. Look at how nice and thin that is compared to like the 1 inch thick that we started with. It's strong. We like don't drink at all anymore.
No, it's an IPA.
Yeah, it's 7.3%. Crazy. Okay, but this is all ready now. We're gonna do a couple other things first. Remember I said don't bread it too early. But now we can just put this to the side. He went with the strong. He's like, I never got punched in the face, but I will now. Oh my god. Do it, bro. I dare ya. Okay, we're gonna clean up some beaners.
Double dog dare ya.
Clean them up. Yummy green beans. Trekker, how's it going? Welcome in today. Add some light into our lives. You're not a fan of the bitter IPAs, so you stay away from them. We really got into beer, obviously, when we worked at the brewery. And we're able to try a lot of different types of beers that way. But like when I first started drinking beer, when I was like a teenager, right? Because 18 is the age here, not 21, like most of this. Is it all of the states or most of the states? I first started drinking sours or like lambic beers because they're nice and fruity. I didn't drink like Coors Light and stuff. So guys, how I clean green beans, I'll take them all with the one side of the stem in my hand facing the same way. Just like do a handful at a time so it's not too hard to do this after. So then we line them back up and then we just cut that top part of the bean off. And I usually don't worry about this little like pointy piece, but I do see a couple that are like a little dried up. Just pinch those off or cut them off if you notice that. But otherwise, that's all I clean off of the bean. So then from here, we can get our steamer pot. This is gonna be our little pot. This is my little steamer set that I have. So that will set in there whenever the water's ready. So we can just use this to put the beans into as we clean them. And then I'll probably give them a rinse as well in here and let it drain out. So just put that in front of you as we do this. We've worked at a brewery, yeah, for 3 years, from 2014 to 2017. We worked at a brewery, pretty well-known like brewery for where we live in Alberta. It's called Big Rock. And then they branched out and tried to open a brew pub in BC, so the province next to us. And that was their first endeavor into the brew pub experience, and it actually went so well the first like 3 years, but for whatever reason, the investors felt like $1 million profit from a restaurant wasn't enough for that starting, so they brought in consultants, and then those consultants were such terrible people that all of the opening staff left after 3 years. And now it doesn't even exist. Pretty crazy story, honestly. But it just goes to show, like, don't get greedy. Sometimes you don't know you have a good thing until it's gone. It's so sad. Like, we won so many awards and stuff, and like the awesome events and things that we hosted at that brewery was really exciting. And yeah, what a fun experience. Like, Sam got the experience of drinking beer out of, like, how big were those? What do we even call them anymore? The tanks, I guess? The holding tanks? 20 hectoliter tanks. And when we were, like, just kind of testing all the beers, right? They were just doing their first brews before we opened. They'd have to always pour the beer out because we couldn't sell it without a liquor license. You'd be able to, like, if you lucked out at the right time, just go stick your face under that massive tank as they were expelling the extra beer out down the drain. Cookie, you wonder if they were thinking they could scale out your success on a larger scale. I don't know what they wanted, but it really just did not work out for them. I mean, just goes to show, like, maybe don't get into something that you don't have any experience with. But what a, like, fun thing to see a restaurant being built from the ground up. Like, we were the people that peeled all of the blue film off of all of the stainless steel equipment and the backsplashes and everything in the kitchen. Doing all the menu testing for the couple of weeks before it opened. And this is so funny, I'm like telling this because right now we're catching up on The Bear. If any of you have watched that series on, is it Apple TV? I think it's Apple TV. So a lot of what they depict in The Bear is real, if you guys are wondering. And yeah, it's quite hectic like that. Okay, couple left. Fresh green beans are the only way you do your Thanksgiving green bean casserole. We're coming up to that season, Bonk. There's just something like frozen green beans. They go soggy, right? They don't hold their shape. Sometimes I find that they like overgrow the frozen beans, so then they get stringy when you eat them. But when you have a really nice, good quality fresh green bean, like when it squeaks on your teeth after you cook it and eat it, why is that so satisfying? I don't know if I've ever done canned beans. I consider myself lucky, maybe. It's not even that they like cut the quality, they just changed up the menu so much. And then our regulars thought it was weird, right? So then they stopped coming, and yeah, it happens very quick. You would be surprised. But the fact that they don't even like brew beer out of there anymore is crazy. Oh, so they're still using that space, but the whole retail front is sitting empty? That's crazy. Okay, our beans are washed, and now to keep them from just like putting all that water on the counter, just put it on a little plate on the side. Crazy. There we go. Beans ready for steaming. All right, next up, we're gonna prep our stuff for our mushroom bacon cream sauce. And I did link a recipe for that one today, so I'm just gonna do a quick little read through. I think I got the gist of it. Sauce basics, but let's see if there's anything fancy we need to know. She says, from steaks to chicken, chops to pasta, this creamy mushroom sauce is one you'll make over and over again. So I thought this would be yummy with both the schnitzel as well as the spaetzle. Hi, Annie. How's your Sunday going? A quick hello, he says. I hope you're doing a-okay. Okay, butter, olive oil, mushrooms, salt and pepper, garlic. I'm not doing wine, just broth. Cream, and she does put a little bit of Parmesan in. Yum, I like it. I like it. That'll be good with the spaetzle. And then some fresh thyme. We have all of those things. Amazing. It's doing the thing again. Guys, I'm just gonna end the stream. I don't know what to say. Are we just cursed for the day? And we'll see you all tomorrow? And that would be really unfortunate if I needed a new mic, because this stuff was like almost $1,000. That would be really bad. But it might be time, I guess. Oof. Can you like sell this stuff after you're done with it? Like how they resell cameras? Annie says he'll send us his shirt. He doesn't use it anymore. I'ma message you. We're gonna try one more thing, but honestly, guys, if it doesn't work, I'm not gonna be hey all day. What do you want me to mute it or turn it off? Okay. You guys know what I mean when I reference hey. I'm gonna mute this one sec.
Mic test 2213. Mic test 2213. Mic test 1 2 1 through. Word.
Hi, hello? Somebody send help. Okay, so let's try this now. Instead of putting the mic pack in the back, I just tucked it in the front pocket and see if that changes anything for what happens. Okay.
Honestly, I think we didn't have a single problem when it was inside the apron before.
Right.
Your apron didn't move or nothing.
No, it did before,
Did you have
because
problems?
they'd say you're leaning against the thing or something. It's just the rechargeable batteries. But, like, we just bought brand new ones, so, like, it shouldn't really be doing that anymore. Okay, let's get back to it. Sam says you changed the whole frequency, so hopefully it will work better. Let's get some mushroomies. We got the garlic out already. I don't know if we need onion. I don't think it's the lack of power either, but yeah, like I said, why does it work? And then all of a sudden it's weird. Yeah, they don't put any onion in here, guys. Just nice and simple mushroom and garlic for the flavors. And thyme. Yum, let's get the thyme out. Maybe someone else is on the same frequency is what's happening? Whoa. Yep. There's so many things. And I wanted to show you guys just as I was in the fridge. This is what I did with the compound butter yesterday. So I just did 2 layers of plastic wrap. And then you squish it until it's a nice little log. And you just twist and tie the ends. And now it's just really easy to untie and cut little medallions for steaks or veggies or rice, whatever you want. So I forgot to show you guys that yesterday. Okay, mushroom, thyme, garlic. Let's do the herbs first. Delicious. How much do we want? But yeah, maybe it is time for a new mic. I'm not really sure why that keeps happening. Pawn off the old stuff. What's everyone else got going on today? At least if you had a second one to try, you could tell if it is interference. That is true, Annie. I mean, I could always send it back to you, too. Well, yeah, like, we did try the second mic and pack, though. And we can switch receivers. Right? Yeah, the neighbor upstairs could turn on the microwave, and that would cause issues. TV, hair dryer. It's literally everywhere. So when you live in close quarters like this, right? Like it could be anything that somebody's doing. So crazy. Okay, let's get this chopped nice and fine. I'll just put it in a little container with the garlic. Actually, we can put the garlic and the herbs together. Yum, Annie. Lavender soap. You're like a bar soap person, right? We recently switched to Dr. Bronner's for like our body wash, and I really liked it. I got the lavender scent of that. Super nice. At first when I used it, it felt weird, like you're so dang clean, squeaky clean. And then I did see that they make bars of soap too. I know Sam's also a soap bar man. Is there actually that disclaimer? Most electronics that states the device has to accept the interference. Otherwise, what will happen? Right. Yeah, it's not like we have cheap mics, guys, right? That's the thing. Pretty sure most people don't even have a mixer. They just run their mics. Technology. We only love it until it doesn't work. Okay, this fancy garlic today. Yet it is cleaning the room, putting up Halloween decorations. Nice. Look at how big this clove of garlic is. I'm gonna smash it. I'm pretty sure it's really fresh. That's nuts. It looks amazing. And then we're just going to like cut it in a few small pieces and then just slice it, I think. This looks so good. Is that what real garlic looks like? It's so juicy. I'm obsessed already. Nice big garlicky chunks in the sauce. That's what powerful garlic looks like, Greek says. You're right, Greek. Oh, you know it's good when your hands get so sticky after you can't even move them. That's the true test. My fingers are sticking together. Gotta work fast. So that's where I'm buying my garlic from now on. Just go stonk up. And one clove, I'm sure, is gonna be more than enough. Okay, that and that's done. Maybe we'll grate our cheese next before we get into the dirty mushrooms. Parmesan cheese in the bacon cream sauce? Yes, please. Okay, so we'll have to fry our bacon first for the bacon cream sauce. Strain it out of the pan and then bring the rest of the sauce together, right? They said about half a cup of grated cheese. We want a nice hard cheese that's salty. We're not really looking for a stringy, melty style of cheese, just the flavor. Still using up this Asiago. Not even going bad yet. a little cup for that. And then we'll slice up all of our mushrooms next. Done. The cheese is sticking to the garlicky juices. That's when you know. We're going somewhere good with that. Organic. They call them like stuffers now. But they're just cremini mushrooms. I guess they call them stuffers because they're large. And then we always take like a cloth or a brush to brush the dirt off before we deal with them. Oh, guys, guess what? Today was the first day since summer that we had to turn the heat on inside the house. That's hilarious, yet it is. Just as I was talking about frying the bacon, you smell it cooking downstairs. And you guys are having bacon bean soup for dinner. It's a bacon-y type of day. Alright, so anything dirty like that, just try and brush off if you can. We all know where mushrooms come from, right? I will tell you though, cleaning cultivated mushrooms like this, much cleaner and quicker than if these were wild mushrooms that somebody foraged for us. So as much as sometimes we think that these mushrooms are dirty, they are not. And also, when you are dealing with them, there's no worms climbing out of them either, which could happen with wild foraged mushrooms. Those are my notes. You ordered a winter coat today. It's very cold in Sweden too. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think we have any more days that are above 20 degrees Celsius. Look at that. These are mushroom fingers. First frost already. Okay, yeah, Mickey, who lives in the UK, he said they had theirs, I think, 2 days ago. Oh, nice, Sam. That's a good idea, I guess. Just email Sennheiser. So he emailed the mic company to see what's happening, if they know. It's like, why all of a sudden? Maybe they know something that we don't, right? I would hope so. That's all of them. Just a little bit of dirt, and then you can see our little dirt pile that built up on the board. Usually just like sweep it into the sink that's beside me. And now we're clean. And this always stays dry. Never gets wet. Otherwise you're just gonna create like mud. And that will be gross. Just rinse in my hands. Down a bit too much earlier. Sounds great, Annie. Thank you so much for doing that. We will message you after stream, okay? Here we go. Balance this out a bit. Way too bright on this side. Alright, so I'm gonna go in half because these are really large, and then we'll put it on the flat side and just slice through this way instead. This is also quite a bit of mushrooms. I don't know if we'll use all of them up in the sauce today. Might have to save a few for later this week. Because roasted mushrooms aren't bad. Now you have to prepare PowerPoints. What are we learning this week? New chapter, rocks and minerals. I'm coming to school this week. Straight up. You should see the ones that I got from our last trip. They're amazing. Take that bit of dirt off. Okay, we'll do a little bit more. And then we also know that mushrooms shrink when we cook them, right? So always prep a little bit extra than what you think you'll need. One really interesting thing that happened after the hurricane, with all of the other sad and tragic things that happened, but I saw a girl went out beachcombing after the hurricane had passed. She was finding all these shark teeth on the beach and stuff. Prime picking. Suzanne says after frying, they leave mushroom for other ingredients. I'm gonna use this one because it got peeled somehow. It's pre-peeled. And then maybe that's good. That's like a full container. Ta-da! Okay, we'll pack these up. How do I want to pack them up? Just a Ziploc? Maybe I should have just kept the container they came in. Although I was finding that they were getting too moist in that container. So I'm going to pack them, just a little towel, a cloth, back into the fridge. Otherwise, they'll start to go bad quick if they get too much moisture in there. So cute. Ta-da! I do have some canned crab. Maybe I'll make some stuffed mushrooms this week for us. Okay, the boar's kind of gross from the mushroom, so before we do the bacon, let's give it a wipe. Garlicky spot. I don't think we're gonna use all the bacon, maybe half. Let's cut it on a plastic board. into nice little bite-sized pieces to fry up. Oh no, didn't cut it enough. What do we think? 4, 5 strips of bacon, guys. That should be good. It's quite strong, right? Okay, before I pack that up, we'll chop it. I always like to separate. Maybe that's way more than 5. 1, 2. There's 6. I lied. There was a sneaky one. But yeah, I'll always separate them so they don't stick together after it's cut. You don't want to go too much bigger than an inch. But you don't want to go too small either, because like I said, the bacon, it will shrink when it fries. Same like the mushrooms. That should be good. Now we're just going to do a rinse with soap and water. Who's cooking on up today? What we got on the menus around the world. Now we'll put that to the side. What else do we need? Let's take a peek at the recipe again. Butter and olive oil, mushrooms, salt and pepper we can get out. Which we need for the pork still anyways. Garlic, our broth, so around like 3/4 of a cup of broth, and then 1 cup of cream, it says. Because there's a lot of stovetop work today, it's smart to get everything prepped first before we get into the cooking part. Cookie, you're making prosciutto, tomato, mozza sandwich on rosemary focaccia with a sun-dried tomato pesto. I'm coming over. It sounds really good. We were talking this week about like kind of changing how we eat, eating more like Europeans. We just have like lighter foods later at night. It's been going good so far. I'm enjoying it. We'll measure these. So 3/4 a cup of this, or 1/2 cup of broth, and then 1/4 cup of wine or something. This is a dark chicken broth. I thought it would go really nice with the pork. Same one that we used for our steak sauce too the other day, actually. And it tasted delicious in there. You can also see how gelatinous it is. And then we can pour 1 cup of cream on top of that. And we're basically ready to roll. It looks like chocolate and milk or something, but it's definitely not. Sauce things. Guys, next I think we're getting into our schnitzel. First, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. After all the craziness that's been going on, I'll be right back. It is I have returned. Hello. Guys, is the mic still good? It's still a-okay. I'm just gonna get a sip of water real quick. And then we'll season our pork. And then get into dredging and breading. Thanks, Bonk. I'm happy. I'm happy. Whoa. The music went really high when I turned it up. Oops. Okay. How do I want to do this? I mean, usually I stack this just onto the same cutting board after that you pound it out on so that you have all even surfaces to season. So I'll figure this out. I'll just slap them onto a sheet pan. It's not in a good place no more, my dear. Sorry. Get a little bit of a window open, please. Quite warm. That's a deadly piece right there. It's very warm, yes. Some of these already had pepper on them. I don't know. Sam was in charge of cutting up the pork loin that day. I don't know what he did, but that's my report at least. Don't ask why it's pre-peppered. I don't have the answers. But that does look awesome. Probably would pound it out thinner if we didn't have what happened this morning. But that's okay. Sam says yes. Just so that they know. So that they could judge when they eat schnitzel. Yeah. Oh no's, Bonk says. Oh no's just at the fact that we couldn't pound it out enough. Okay, we're not giving up. We're running numbers. We're running numbers. It's back. I quit. That's it. It's not good in the back. It's not good in the front. So what about this going forward? We're just gonna do music streams. That's it. You guys just get to watch what happens. I guess we could always just put the audio from the cameras, but then it's probably not going to be as good quality. I have no idea, Bonk. Should we just end the stream today and say see you later? He says maybe one more solution, one moment. I'll keep working until we get there. So I always like to season our schnitzel meat before we bread it, rather than after, like just on the outside of the breading. Because you should still season at that point too, when it comes out of the hot oil. But this way the meat itself is not going to taste bland at all. Okay, before we go any further with our breading station, we're going to prepare the sheet pan that these are going to live on after they're fried. I'm going to be muting the mic until further notice. Okay, we changed it again. We are back, hopefully.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's a mic pack or that one of those cords. Because I just changed an entire receiver. It's still coming up.
So both of the mic packs are broken then, because we tried both of them. I think that's it for the stream today, guys. I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to figure this out. I'll get Annie to send over his other mic to us. Because we just switched out the entire receiver, and it still didn't help. It may not be the mic packs, but maybe the mixer instead.
Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Alright, we're gonna tear everything apart again then this week.
There's nothing for me to tear apart. I changed all the wirings, all that's done.
Alright, well then we'll send another message to Go XLR then as well as Sennheiser.
Do a condenser mic. Don't need any extra. Oh. Take all the gain off.
Now it's fine. Now it's fine, he says. He just took like all of the settings we had off. That's as high as I can go now for whatever reason. That's high as I can go now.
Everything here does everything for you. You just have to switch it to here.
Dear, I'm telling you, it's already full.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
I don't want to blast their ears, so I turned it back down. But the fact that we're having to fix this constantly and stop and start, not a thing.
Okay. Well, if it does it again, then that's it.
Okay, I'm giving it one more time. Let me know. It just sounds low. Okay, I'll turn it back up. That's as high as I can go on my voice.
No, so just no, that turns it down decibels, right?
I think we'll be fine. It's almost at the yellow.
Okay. It sounds good here.
Okay, let's carry on, guys. Never give up, never surrender. One thing that streaming teaches you is to be humble. Now the foil's really loud and everything. Or it's not that bad.
Oh, you're fine. That's all that is. That's math.
Okay. We're gonna flip this. I'm gonna put my other prepared pan beside. And I have one more thing to show you guys actually on it. I guess I didn't really need the parchment on there, honestly, if I'm being super picky. But we'll put this on. And after we bread the schnitzel, it goes onto this pan off of the surface. Because if you put your breaded schnitzel onto just a flat sheet, it might get soggy underneath where it's touching the pan, and then the breading might want to fall off when you go to cook it later. Yeah, we sent our extra Yeti mic to Bubs, as well as a camera that we had before, one of our other Sonys. So he has that stuff now, because sharing is caring. That was like 2 years ago? A couple years ago already. Alright, so we're coming in with our breading stuff. Does the spaetzle dough have to rest a bit?
You can let it rest.
Should I? Is it easier?
Yeah, I would do it now and then let it rest.
Okay. Guys, I always forget. It doesn't. Okay. I always forget about the spaetzle. Because I'm only like the noodle cutter person. Sam usually makes it. So it's equal part eggs and flour. What do we usually make for amounts?
That's it.
It's bad? It's effed? Okay, guys. I'm so sorry. I love you all. This is super frustrating and annoying for me. I'm sure you could tell. We'll be back next week. Friday as always, 11 a.m. Pacific, and I hope to see you then. We tried, and yeah, it's just not worth it to keep being like, hey, bashing our heads on the ground. Have a wonderful week, all of you.
Let's just have a quick tasting of the cheesecake, or you don't want to slice.
It's okay.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah, love you all. Have a good rest of the weekend. I'm sorry that this happened. I don't know what is going on, but we'll figure it out. We'll send a few messages and we'll keep you updated in Discord, okay? I'm not going to raid anyone either. And that's it. Okay?
Bye,
Have a
everyone.
wonderful week.
Thanks for letting
Love
us
y'all.
know
Stay
regardless.
safe out there, and we'll see you next time.